All right, so now let's cover the B section. First of all, the basic B section is D7 to G7, C7 to F7. And remember that it's D7 for 2 measures, G7 for 2 measures, C7 for 2, F7 for 2. Basically what's happening is if we work backwards, the F7 chord, right, is 5/7 of B flat. So F7, we take the dominant resolution to F7, which is C7. We take dominant resolution to C7, which is G7. We take dominant resolution to G7, which is D7. This is what we call extended dominance. We start on F7, we go back, and we say, okay, what's the dominant chord to get to F? All right, it's C. And then we say, what's the dominant chord to get to C? Oh, it's G. We say, what's the dominant chord to get to G? It's D. D7, G7, C7, F7. Extended dominance. Now, one thing that we can also do is that we can push those dominant chords over a measure. So we have D7, G7, C7, F7. We take the D7, we push it over just one measure. Remember, it's 2 measures right now, D7, D7. So we take off the first D7, we just put it in the second measure. But then, what do we play before we get to that D7 chord? Well, we think we could play a dominant chord before getting to that, or we could play its related 2 minor chord. So, if we have D7, what is the related 2 minor chord? Count down 5 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is A minor 7. A minor 7 to D7. And then D minor 7 to G7. And then G minor 7 to C7. And C minor 7 to F7. And then back to 1. So it'd be A minor 7, D, A minor 7, D7, D minor 7, G7, G7. I'm trying to get this bass line here with you as well. All right, so A minor 7, let me do it slowly. D7, D minor 7. I keep saying that. A minor 7. Did I say D7? D7, D minor 7, G dominant 7, G minor 7, C7, C minor 7, F dominant 7th. And we're back to the A section. All right, so that was the bass line. Let me just do the bass line slowly for you. Okay. So that is what we can also call back cycling. And a back cycle is just basically, if we took a look at our circle of fifths, it goes C, then G, then D, then A, right? So we have D. So what we do is we kind of go, I'm not even sure why they actually even call it back cycling, to be honest with you, because really you're forward cycling. You're going forward clockwise in the circle of fifths. You're going to A minor, you're going to A first, then you're resolving it to D. Then you're going from D and you're resolving it to G. Basically what you're doing is, when we've talked about before, playing related twos, right? So you have a dominant chord, you precede that dominant chord with its related 2 chord. That's what's going on here. Another thing that you can call it is interpolated 2/5s. And that's a Berkeley term. And basically what it is when you have D7, or let's see, when you have this D dominant 7th change in quality from a dominant to then a minor, that is your interpolated 2/5. So when you have a 2/5, and then that 5/7 chord now becomes a minor chord, that's the interpolated 2/5. It's interpolating or changing that dominant chord into a minor chord. All right, so all these fancy terms that, it's good to get to know what they are. It's good to understand the theory behind them. So when you're talking to other musicians, you know what it is that they're talking about. But basically, what it is A minor 7, D7, D minor 7, G7, G minor 7, C7, C minor 7, F7. Okay? Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is tritone substitution. All right, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait until the next chapter just so it's a separate chapter for you. So I'll catch you in the next chapter and I'll tell you about that.